Alright guys, so I am back. So what I did was I disconnect the discharge tube from the compressor. So that's the discharge tube there. It goes to the condenser. Follow me? So I disconnect it and I run air directly through the discharge tube. That's supposed to go into the condenser, go through the coil cluster and come back over here. And it's supposed to go into the three-way valve and then out to boat evap if this thing is in home position. So, and oh, another thing to point out here, now that I got the discharge tube disconnected, the compressor is actually building up pressure. So that tells me, remember before it wasn't moving, it was like just zero stuff. I got pressure now. It's about normal. Alright, so I'm supposed to have air coming out of both caliper tube on the other side if that three-way valve is in home position and if there is no restriction. Let's try the fresh food. Here we go. Let's try it. You see my hole is clear. And nothing. Let's try over here. Take this off. Got it on there good. Okay. This side, which is this here, a little bit of air came out, so a little bit of air came out that one. No air came out that caliper tube. Let me see if I still got my pressure in it, the gauge. So you could see my gauge here and see my PSI, about 125 roughly on the low side. It's going into the discharge tube that's going over to the condenser, and you would think whether one or both of this caliper tube discharging into the evaporator, since I cut both sides of the caliper tube on both evap, the pressure should be going down, but it is not, which is weird, especially since this three-way valve is supposed to be in home position. My pressure's supposed to be going down, and I'm supposed to have air on the other side. So what is going on with this unit? Why I have no air here coming out of this caliper tube, and why now I have no air coming out of this tube that's intaken to the caliper tube coming into the evaporator. So I have no, it's like they both close, which is completely strange. Oh, the fan is running. Don't do that. Yeah, so they're both closed, and they're supposed to both be open because the evap fan is on. Fan is running. No air and no air. And I have the high side of the system pressurized. See my hose, my gauge, it's still 125. Alright. Pressurize, it comes into the high side, to the drain loop, goes into the condenser, it comes out here, and then it goes through the pipe cluster. It comes back out into the three-way valve, and then out to both evaporators. And I'm not getting anything. No. Here is in the line. See? Going down. Let me put air back in. Yep, went right back up. So there's a hell of a restriction going on somewhere here on the high side. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into Lucie and try to put the valve into home position again, because I have to feel air coming out of both those evaporators before I even change any part. Alright, stay tuned.